Bonjour. Let's wait a bit. I will start when we will be 20 or something like this. Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour. What are you doing, Roll? Did you start the project? I know like it's kinda different because it's online, so more difficult, in fact. Um, I know. But let's see. Like I mean, there is a couple of hub in case you are in Africa, in case you are in Latam. There's a couple of hub where you can go and meet people. You have also to enjoy probably the dynamic, the energy, vibes of an hackathon is quite different when you are online and when you are on site, for sure. All right, so we'll wait for 20 people, not 20 minutes, no less. Shtuk, shtuk, shtuk. Hmm, j'ai oublié des trucs. Hmm. Alors, juste, je rajoute un truc. Who don't have any team right now? Normally with the spec it's supposed to help, but I will talk about it anyway. Um, just I'm checking and see. Okay. How many we are right now? Right now. 15. Always the same with the camera. Thank you. All right. So I will start in when we will be 5 more people. Um, there's a page called What's Not to Build, please. Be afraid.
Where is this page?
It's on my slide.
Oh, I'm like, what? I didn't read that.
No, because like I will share my screen with the slide. Okay. Mm, 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 mm.
You're also judging Cillian now?
Yes, it's gonna be fun. Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm judging on Lisk. We are three. So Itron, Santiago, and I. Yes. All right. So 1818. Let's wait 2 more people before starting. Who is the energy at the Aleph hub? Did you go?
Me?
Yeah.
Mm, later today, I'm meeting my team.
All right.
I'm forcing them to speak English.
Ah, yeah, because the other speak in Spanish. You can, you can, as you are an artist, you can just use your hand.
Yes.
It's what I was doing. Um, okay, 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 okay. Okay, 19. Oh, okay, I will start. Otherwise, you're gonna be late. Okay, okay. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. So, uh, I think Mirella, you already participate in in session like this, Kinda,
Mhm.
before. Okay. Yeah, I'm checking with new. Okay, nice. So actually it's really focused on the Aleph hackathon. Usually I'm doing it, but overall for Web3 hackathon especially is global one. So basically you have until 31, so Sunday, 10 a.m. Argentinian time. Um, and the judging will be the afternoon, and then at the end at 6 p.m. you're gonna have like the final results. So what does it mean is like we will judge your stuff, your project in a couple of hours, while we will have like hundreds of application. Um, so you have to be super concise. You have to really follow what I will say because it's what will retain the judge, in fact. Like I will kinda explain how we're gonna judge that. All right. Uh, don't be afraid by the number. I'm pretty fast. That's okay. I'm straightforward. So actually on the hackathon track, so there is not a general track with winner by track this time. Usually it's what's happening, but not for the Aleph hackathon. So actually it's more related to LATAM things. So everything there, a DeFi stablecoin, especially stablecoin, if you can do something around that, probably should be nice too. Privacy for sure, interoperability, because like in hackathon, for example, you have different ecosystems, not too much difference, but like with Lisk, Base, it's two different ecosystem, but in the super chain ecosystem. So if you want to think about something between, then you can. Consumer and real world assets super important, and public good too. All right, so the sponsor are Lisk, so it's an ecosystem on Ethereum. Same for Base. Zama it's more like privacy oriented. Ficon is gonna be more related to AI, if I understand, related for the track, actually, data AI. Symbiotic is more AI too. Um, Zero, and ENS is CNS. So you can, this one is like basically, you can put two in every project, literally. All right, so what you have to understand, for the hackathon, what is the goal of this previous project there? Is like most of them are looking for builders, but not just hackers for having feedback. They are looking for long-term builders. So it's something that you have to keep in mind, because when you're gonna pitch, the thing is you have to make a startup oriented speech, and not just oh, it's my demo. It's really like talking also about roadmap, what's next extra, what is your team, what is the skills of your team. Make sure your team is able to move forward after. And then most of the time they are giving a grant at the end after, to pursue your project after the hackathon. And the final goal will be like to integrate kinda like an accelerator. So for example, for Lisk, there is like a price regarding the three best application. So I will talk about it just after regarding specific bounties for them. Like I mean requirements. And then on top of that, they are adding something related to travel grants. So especially for the founder house in Buenos Aires. So the people who will master like the hackathon will be able to apply uh, to the to the founder house. So normally when you're gonna submit your project, at the moment there is like a mini form you have to fill in, if you are interested to integrate the founder house in Buenos Aires. And so you can also unlock that. I put if applicable because I'm not in charge of that, so I don't know um, who is managed. I mean, all right. So it's the founder house. We like you already know about it. So for 14 people. Um, all right. So just I wanted to go. Uh, wow, 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 wow. Here. Ah, sorry, the Zoom bar. Okay. Okay, okay. So could you see my screen? Like with the Aleph, Hackathon, Dora Acts. Okay, nice. So basically here you can find the different sponsor. So really go into it. Why? Because they put what you need to do. Um, and if you are not into the requirements, the thing is they will not regarding your stuff. So Lisk is pretty large, actually. most of the time they just want. I will come back after that later on that, but they just want real application. But the thing is, it's super large. Um, so you have to kinderscope scan that. But for example, Zama, I think normally they put more information. Yeah, your app should implement FH confidentiality feature using the Zama protocol. So if it's not included, your project will be not even just checked. So really make sure to have to fill in this requirement. It's a must, like when you apply for Ubuntu. So same thing, I think here. Our project must demonstrate on-chain interaction. Like it's pretty bonus points. When there is bonus point, it's gonna be just a winner. So if you are doing just that, yeah. But if you are putting that, you will be like on the top, I mean. So really be aware about that and not go into your ID without checking the different requirement from sponsor, because it's like typically a mistake that is done by people is like, oh, I want to do a project like this. Uh, and when it comes to Bounty, people are like, oh, finally, I didn't integrate anything because my ID was completely different and not matched. Anyway, so I will talk about first team formation. So actually, this morning, I just you can scan this QR code and see all Dev2Pack fellow that are participating into the hackathon. I think some are missing because like I got the full list, but I'm sure I misread some. You can check their profile also and contact them on Telegram because everyone has a Telegram there. So here you can find everyone. So it's like a golden resources for you to pick up the right profile. If, for example, you need someone skills in Solidity, you can filter and check who is comfortable with Solidity, etc., etc. So if you need someone, don't hesitate to do that. Otherwise, there is Cherry Builder. So potentially you already received message from Michaela, like literally. um, and so
I'm not a scammer, guy.
and so actually the goal is matching people like Tinder. Swipe left or swipe right, depending on so if it's the profile is interesting for you to match with for making an hackathon team. It's an extra tool that you can use for sure. It's dedicated. This one is dedicated. This page is dedicated to Aleph. All good for that? Okay. And another one is, are you on the Aleph Telegram group? Okay. Because on the Aleph Telegram group, it's where like you can literally find people who need a team as well. So I wanted just to make an overview of the three things where you can find a team, because it's kind of crucial for making things happen. I would say having a team of two or three will is great. Um, and having at least two developers, great too. One who have more like a founder vision, I would say. Someone who is able to have like project founder vision, because it's also something missing when a project is already just done by literally developers. It's okay, what's next? uh, what's the product, etc., etc. It's complicated. So having this two profile is really, really needed. And yeah, all right. Um, okay, so for the ideation side, um, So as we mentioned, oh la la, as we mentioned during the call on Tuesday, how many people are here? 21. Okay. Um, doing something that is meaningful for you. Why? Because you will be more comfortable to talk with, to talk about it, to make really good intro thanks to your history, and also like being focused more on the long-term perspective. Because if you are not committed on this project, it's also because you don't really believe in. But if you are believing like it's some it's something you need you and you believe in, you will push the project really far. And the thing also is about your region, like from Latam, from Africa and ATA, like Asia, Southeast of Asia, you have literally the same issues, the same problematic in terms of economy, politics, etc. So each solution can be also built for this different region. Like if you are in Latam and you are solving a problem, this one can also potentially be helpful for Africa and ACA. Um, so basically, also like if you don't have kind of ID, but you are using something daily because you need it, etc., etc., it's useful to think about that. Like I don't know what your daily app, probably an original one, but you are using this one. I mean, um, no, I'm not talking about Uber or whatever, because we see that every time done during hackathon, and we are just fed up. so, so literally, think about something meaningful for you, but you want to use daily. Why I insist on the daily side is because an app you need user, and the fact that you have daily user is so powerful. So, what not to build, please? You can you can literally take a screenshot, please. Um, NFT marketplace. No, please. It's it's every time someone is doing that, but every time it's like so outdated. Like it was 5 years ago. Donation charity. So I know we really like public goods, but the thing is every time people doing donation charity application during hackathon, what is the difference between them? There is not. So literally split payment also like between friends. It's great app, but like same. What would be the difference between all of you if you are doing that? Yeah, Uber and Airbnb, because yes, it's daily app, it's working a lot, etc. It's successful, but actually, I think it's someone in US, like an app in US, who's working pretty well for doing that. Um, but yeah, view and review. Play to earn game is basic stuff. Like I mean, it's simple to add blockchain into a game, but just go deeper than that. Voting DAO, where you just have to vote on which proposal for your community or whatever, also is too much. Like I mean, every time someone is doing that. Random royalty program, Uniswap fork, yes, because some people think about, oh yeah, I will do a DeFi protocol, but just fork Uniswap and say, oh, it's new. But it's not new. So yeah, I wanted really to give this list of no. I can be more clear. All right. So how to find ID? So actually, I have three recommendations for you. Um, so basically, here, Lisk puts use cases and strike focus. I know it's kind of large as I mentioned, but let's see if you are inspired. You can having a first conduct line into your ideation. Um, so I think yes, every day the things daily think about daily application. Tools for communities because yes, in fact there is like already a user base when you are doing that. Platform with real impact, yes. So actually it's like platform with working pretty well into your country where you can add on top of that a piece of blockchain who can add value even like if quietly, but can bring some, I don't know, like something that ecosystem like is when the token, for example, LSK, is integrated into this application. So yeah, think about your daily app, what you would like to do, and make sure also that blockchain is useful, not useless, in your project. But I will talk about it just after. No. Okay, so Zama, same, they put something here, but just like use cases, extra. I will not go into all these things, but you can take a look at that. I know something trendy actually is prediction markets. So some are building that like to predict if X or X will be elected for X election. But if you can think about a specific approach in LATAM or Africa or SEA, where you can include this part of prediction markets would be great. It's more about your um, your environment where you can see this kind of things that can match like pretty deep into one sector. Okay. I will let you just check all this project ID extra. I wanted just to make sure you know that you have all the project ID into the different tag. Okay? All right. Um, So another thing is about its global explorer. So I really like that because you can see the past winners of hackathon and everything. Just oh, putain. Wait, a question? No question. No, I think it's here. Okay, so here basically, let's say, ooh, Steak. Here you can see all events that's happening like the previous hackathon and it's the best one in the Ethereum ecosystem. And so basically if there is like in the sponsor that is can be the same thing, um, I mean, in this list, a sponsor that is doing the same thing that the other sponsor into the hackathon, you can take a look at that and try to mix match, getting inspired. Because why I'm saying that is because you will not revolutionize things during this hackathon. What I want to say is like for the moment, it's kinda complicated for you to build a new primitive. When I say build a new primitive is build something completely new that even a research and development team never explored. It's really complicated, so the best thing to do is really to compare with others ecosystem, other kind of similar sponsor to know how to make it happen. Um, just get inspired because you can get also access to their GitHub. So it's really, really nice. Like for example, wait, stack. Here you can find is global winner. Let me check. Yes. Like, uh, yes. For example, uh, I was checking randomly the things like a project, and when I click on it, it was this one. I click on it, and in fact, I saw it my friend. So it was pretty funny. Yes, I was just clicking, and I said, okay.
Hey everyone, let's do a quick demo of Space.
It's like,
What Space? Space is a new solution of payment that enable everyone to send money across the world just using a phone number. So let's connect our wallet.
I don't want to.
For the wallet connection, we have just write it.
So anyway, here you can find that he won best app using stablecoin built on Privy and best finance app first place. So what you have to do as in your mind is using stablecoin. Stablecoin is really great, relevant in LATAM or whatever the region like Africa, ACA. You need that. So try to see how you implement that. Mantle is an EVM ecosystem, an Ethereum, like you have the Ethereum, and Mantle is one of is part of it. So you can see that best finance app can be potentially replicated into Lisk. Why I said that is like because Lisk, think about it as blue ocean. You know that in marketing we call red ocean blue ocean. Like blue ocean is like full of opportunities because some things, a lot of things are still to be built, while red ocean is like base ecosystem, literally. Base ecosystem is already full application. So you have to think about which kind of things right now you can build on top of it, because kinda everything has been already done. So try to figure out, like on the base ecosystem, what is missing into the Lisk ecosystem. And then you will have some idea, natural one. So I would say that, like, you can scan this QR code. There is a question. I mean, hi, Ajay, Giselle. Yeah. So your station is in 30 minutes. I didn't know you were there. So yeah, you can basically scan this QR code. I can also send this link. Wait. Yes, these two links, because this one is also great, especially if you want to filter. It's kind of the same, just you can filter like in privacy, DeFi, blah 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 blah. All right, stack, and let me send the other one here. Okay, nice. Shtuk. So let's come back here. So yes, I just sent everything. So ideation too. Double check why you know you have to use blockchain in your project. Because sometimes, okay, you build something and the judge will say, uh, why using blockchain for that? We don't need we don't need it. So just try to make to be relevant and double check to make sure your project is useful with using blockchain. I mean, you can literally make your, like, just talk with mentors about it, and they will tell you like in 2 minutes, no or yes or no. I mean, so okay. Benchmark app. So as I mentioned, it's great like to figure out what is into an ecosystem like Base. You can see, for example, yes, here. Here you can check which application has been done into the base ecosystem, like consumer one or whatever, and get inspiration for that from that to build your project. Literally, it's really like a golden resources as well to figure out these kind of things. So just let me. I will send you here too. Um, uh, All right. I will not go deeper into it, but just try to figure out what is the most aim, like what's the vertical where you are the most attracted by. For example, mine is like more consumer or like social apps. I also made DeFi apps sometimes, but I'm more on this area here. So you can filter, for example, if you want to crypto taxes. Oh, interesting. Social stuff, what is already existing, and you can literally think that on NISC nothing has been done. Not nothing, but kinda. All right. Um. Wait. So, as I mentioned, what's any apps looking for, or even ecosystem, is user and liquidity, because it's the way to sustainable your your business, literally. So if you don't have any user and liquidity, you can do nothing. So user is more, I mean, sometimes you don't need as a part of liquidity if you are not a DeFi protocol, but you need user who paid regularly for using your app. So it's important as a founder to have this mindset of business model, how to go find your user and everything. So actually the things here is what we're gonna also do. It's we will not taking care of the technical part here, especially like we're gonna talk about future and things, product stuff, but mostly about go-to-market. Go-to-market strategy, and helping you acquiring your first users on your application. Okay. And one thing also I wanted to say about ideation is, okay, you have your app, but most of the case, how to find your users will be to create a mini app. So if you have like an app, you can try to figure out to create a faster mini app or base mini app or something like this, because it's where the user base is already huge and you're gonna find your first users. And one thing that can be super powerful during the hackathon is you already have like 10 to 50 users, let's say, because someone tried your application during the process and everything. Should be nice, like building in public for that, to acquire your first user and show directly to the judge that is working. I mean, and great thing, we have a community, we have Dev2Pack, so Dev2Pack is able to test your application for that, and making some feedback. List ID project, show the QR code again. This one? Okay. Let me know when it's good. Okay. So all right, yes. So if you are building something related to DeFi and stablecoin, I would say you to take a look also to DeFi Llama, because it's where application are tracking. And so you can see that, for example, I don't know, you are on the base ecosystem page, you are filtering by DeFi and see a specific protocol. You can double check on DeFi Llama if this protocol is generating a lot of traction, because this traction can allow you to justify that if you are building something like this, there is like a Kindle result that like a market that are existing about it. All right. Um, so Ashley, you know that anyways, the project who will win will have a work and application, but like at least a demo with you can hard code a specific part if you don't have any um if you don't have any possibility to make it for sure, but try to make it kinda invisible, because the thing is, in literally 3 hours we're gonna have like 100 or 200 application, I don't know, to check. So the first thing we're gonna do is like clicking on the live demo and checking if it's working. If it's not working, we will put you aside and come back to your project after. Like, I mean, we will directly filter. It's gonna be a filter on our side, like having an app who is working. Oh yeah, I can share on Luma the recording about it if you want. Okay. Is it uh, is it useful? Like, I mean, is for the moment the session is useful or not? Feel free to let me know, because it's also me and my son, if I need to improve stuff. Like, I was not able to do the wish list because it's like kinda short time to think about everything, and it's a long time thinking about doing a wish list, but it's possible because like literally during hackathon, one of my specialties to think about ideation, so which application we will do typically. um so if you have any kind of like ID extra, don't hesitate to tell me. I will give you a feedback. You can start to code when the Aleph hackathon will be officially launched. I mean, you can start already to code, but on the GitHub, push the GitHub repository at the beginning of the hackathon. Mod that. If you already done it, that's okay. They will be not like it's not it global, I mean. Okay. So once you have the ID, target a bounty. Like, um, as well, it's also something like the bounty can also guide you to know which application to do. Because, for example, on Dora Axe, you can see that each track, like each sponsor has their own ID, so that can help. But sometimes you don't have any ID of the like I mean the bounty don't provide any ID, but just what you have to do, what kind of requirements you have to respect. So if, for example, you are specialized in AI, for sure, do something in AI. Like it will be your strength, and it will be something that you can highlight during the pitch. That you are expert in AI, so that makes sense for you to continue to build something like this in AI, etc., etc. All right. So create a to-do with the bounty, the feature you want to integrate, and then after that, once you have done like a technical brief, you can kinda use Escalido. So I put something. Yeah, but it's just what I've done for an hackathon. But like literally having this kind of workflow will give you an aperture, like an overview of what you have to do, what you have to implement, and then also you can use that to talk with sponsors. Because when you are talking with sponsors about just an ID, but not like implementation, how you will use their stack, blah blah blah, to make it happen, they will I mean, the feedback will be not enough deep to make you happy to like to continue, not to continue, but you need qualitative feedback directly at the beginning to make sure the implementation is great and everything. So important. Talk with sponsor for feedback, and that is not English. Um, will know you. It's gonna be better, I guess. Sorry for my English. No, don't tell me my. I don't want to. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's super important because as I mentioned, we're gonna have hundreds of applications. So if you come to us like often for asking feedback and everything, we will know what you will build. And so it's powerful because we will be waiting to see your official submission, and we will spend more time than others. It's a reality. Like make sure you are really in contact with them. I would say at least 2 times by day will be nice. Um, so yeah, I know Giselle is here too. Um, So I think she can relate about it, but she will potentially give you a word after my intervention. All right. So just create a repo on GitHub and invite members, and don't forget to use the developer wallet. Please, please do that. Extremely important. Because some people unfortunately got wrecked by using their own wallets. So make sure to have like a specific wallet just set up for hackathons. I'm saying that because every time I know people who has been wrecked, wrecked. So their funds get gone. I mean, because of hackathon. So prevention, do that. All right. So fork one of the repo using one of the following templates. By the way, I don't put third web, but it's also working. Like she gonna talk about it, Giselle, just after. I put Skyfall list and multibus list because actually we are focused on especially on it for the hackathon. I mean, if you want, it's more for you if you want or not to go at Dev Connect or whatever. Um, and anytime you can also use base. I'm I say to Santiago, anyone will use base. Like base, like you can deploy your smart contract on base and also on Lisk. That's totally okay. I mean they are into the same ecosystem, the super chain one, and even the LSK token is actually on the DAO into voting proposal for bringing the LSK token into base. So it's totally okay. No worries. So yeah, you can use this repo. So basically for Lisk, it's gonna be this one. You already been familiar with Scaffold. It's the same thing but with Lisk. So it's great if you want to build fast. It's kinda like also multi-base, third web as well. So really just go into it for kids, and it will be okay. I mean to have like the front end, like all the configuration ready. It's powerful. You don't never do something from scratch. Never. Okay, split work with your team. So actually, I would say on your side, as it's your first hackathon, just be focused on one bounty would be okay enough for you, because like people who are mastering hackathon are doing like 5 integration easily. So yeah, make sure to be at least on one, and don't be overwhelmed. And so basically someone will take care of the smart contract parts. So potentially you can be two, that's okay, no worries. Backend if needed, because sometimes it's not needed because you have the smart contract part that is taking care of that. Front end wallet authentication, and this one, I would say it's crucial because it's also a way you're gonna present your stuff. And if your stuff is just like a link with the app, with no context, with nothing, with no feedback provided to sponsor, etc., it's gonna be complicated. So you need someone who is taking care of that. Essential. All right. It's not It's Global Hackathon, but It's Global Hackathon, you really need like to one day someone like dedicated to doing this. I would say this shit because it's really too boring. Really too boring. Yeah. So create the smart contract, deploying them, or just it. And I would say super important too. Like before the mission, like one day before, make sure to have testnet token. Basically regarding NISC and base, because at at any time you can be able to like deploy your smart contract because you don't have that, and so basically your app will be not working. So it's a crucial, really crucial, to go into faucet. I know, like on Telegram, wait, um, Lisk. Basically here, you can see that if you need more, just put your developer wallet here, and then the team will send you some sample. Just make sure to be on the Aleph Hackathon things. You can see everyone is asking. So yeah. All right. Hope it's useful. Vibe code your front end. Literally, don't spend one day on it. Spend like 3-4 hours. Polish it for sure. But like vibe code, you're gonna be pretty fast. I mean, you can vibe code smart contract. It's still pretty niche to really be efficient. But your front end, literally do it. Would be great. Something I saw recently for the base hackathon is like people think as it's a Web2 application. It's not a Web2 landing page. It's an application. So in fact, just forget landing page and directly go into the app. It's essential. We don't want like a vitrine where you're gonna explain your product, blah 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 blah. Just go into the app and show the user flow itself. It's super important too. Just to let you know, because I saw this mistake last time, so that's why. Okay, proceed to each integration and co-build. So as I mentioned, be in touch with partners or sponsors, which is the même terme, sponsor, and co-build with them. So co-build is like having feedback and iterate, build, iterate, extra, like install like a loop with the sponsor. All right, build in public, important too, because I often see that the winner of the hackathon is also people who are building in public. So what does it mean is like when you advance somewhere, for example, you have done the smart contract, just say, hi, we have done the smart contract, blah blah blah. Or we have done like, I don't know, a visual for something. Like, just make sure to build in public, tag these people, because you will be aware that you are building on NISC, and it's so powerful for the ecosystem, like for marketing purpose, really marketing purpose, like to showcase that there is builders who are building actually during the hackathon. Yes, web to landing page. Let's say Morpho, for example. Morpho. Okay. So Morpho here, it's the landing page. You understand? It's a landing page showcasing the product and everything. But here is Launch App, where literally connect your wallets. No. Connect your wallets, and then you will see like all, but it's an app where you will interact with blockchain and everything. Are you understand better? Yes, it's a web app. We don't want a Web3 landing page. Like just making an app, not doing landing page and app. Just having the app where you will showcase directly the user flow. I mean, like what the user will do. Like for example, I would say Uniswap, tag. Okay, Uniswap interface. And after not obtaining lab, yes, because I have also yes. Let's use that. There is nothing normally. Right. So here is the app. So you can literally like just interact with stuff. Okay. Okay. Nice. All right. Yes, exactly, Moss. All right. But I know you are coming from Web2, so you are not familiar with app. Like the fact that every time there is like a button launch app or connect to wallets. So yeah, you can take a look at the mentor directory if you need help specific one in a specific topic. There is like 100 people who will be able to reply to you on Telegram, or also you can book a slot with them on Calendly. So feel free to scan this QR code. I almost done. Good? Okay. Submission. So create materials like logo, banners, and everything. Because on the submission, especially it's global, it's needed. Aleph Hackathon added the logo. Banner is kinda facultative, optional. You can just like use screenshot of the application. Okay. Create a pitch slide demo. So here Nadir prepared something like how to give the killer pitch or hackathon demo. So basically, actually for Aleph hackathon you have 3 minutes, but it's a mini guide what to do. Like really follow it. I think you're gonna kill the the pitch like this. Live demo is super important. When I say live demo, is not like you are recording your stuff and then uh, press play for the sponsor. It's really literally providing a live demo to them. Don't hesitate after the submission to go see the sponsor and say, okay, this is the live app. You can could you try it and give me feedback or something like this? Will be super cool. Like it's bonus point for you. Yeah. Okay. Stack. It's Nadia. Yeah, I forgot to mention who is it. So Nadir is like the best developer relation people into Web3 who know about how like he onboarded literally the best developer into the ecosystem and also the best devrel. So it's a real good resources to go through. All right. So deploy your project on Vercel. Please. I saw last time some are forget to do it. It's super important because as I mentioned, between 100 application, no live demo, we are not really taking a look at the project. So literally be sure to deploy it into virtual. Okay? Okay, nice. It will be like a bonus point. I mean, it's a way to make the difference into an hackathon. It's bad, it's like stupid, but it's really, really useful. Create a DApp infra flow. So with the Scalido, it's appreciate, like to showcase it for the sponsor into your demo, like just before your demo when you introduce your project, etc. You can also showcase that to make sure they will understand the flow behind the application. Because sometimes you will hardcode things. So what does it mean? You have to have like a backup to really make sure they will understand what you are doing into the application and you are mastering stuff. All right. Create a README. Very important because we're gonna click on your demo, live demo, and on your GitHub to see, in fact, the code, the code source. So basically here, for example, is like put a banner, your description, how does it works, etc., etc. But it's super detailed, but just make sure to have like a readme who is useful, and then you can also like run, I would say, make sure you can run like instruction to run the code if they need to, because sometimes, as I mentioned, people forgot to put things on Vercel. Okay, create a video demo during 3 minutes, explain tech use. So how you gonna how you perfectly match with the bounty, you apply for. So literally, for example, how you match perfectly with Lisk, how you solve real world problems. Which stack did you use? Did you use Scaffold, Lisk, something else? What is behind that, etc., etc.? What is your futures and whatever. Super important. Also put your deployment address to showcase that the smart contract has been really deployed into Lisk, and give relevant feedback. So that's why I put a message here. No, I don't know where I put here. No, I put here. Send the feedback to the partner. After your submission, go into Telegram, pitch them like a bit your stuff with the link of your live demo. Will be great, and say, okay, this part was not working because this what is missing into the documentation or whatever, and what is working, and the deployment address, blah blah blah. And find the submission form on Dora Axe. So this one is pretty simple. It's like just 2 things or 3 things to add. It's not like is global where you have to literally kill your time during one day to really to really have something strong. Rebuild in public. So after the submission, say, hey, my team, blah blah blah, we built that on list or on na and because we will interact with it and say, okay, it's super cool because we're gonna try it, giving feedback and everything. So really don't hesitate to build in public. Yes. It's quite so scary. Uh, yes, I can share the slide, Norris. It's so important. Really, 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 really. Don't miss that. Judging. So actually, for example, for Lisk, no, not for Lisk, for globally, like for defining projects who will win like a track, even if sometimes we have also like additional things. It's about technically, generality, UX design, practically, and presentation. So you can find it on the Racks. Okay. So just okay. All right, all right. So I'm done. I'm in time, on time. 5 minutes off late, sorry. But I hope it was useful. I've done more than 20 hackathons in on the past, and won more than 35 prize. Like it's like in the like around 80k 80,000. So it's literally I'm experienced with hackathon, so that's why I can provide some feedback to you. So anytime you have you need something, don't hesitate to ask me. And even there is some mentor available, so really you can kill it. I think if um you 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 do what I'm saying, is gonna be okay. I mean, into the hackathon, actually, there is like 70% of newcomers, so they don't know the tips that I told you. But yeah. All right. Okay. So Giselle, are you there? Because she will talk about how to collaborate on GitHub efficiently during hackathon. So potentially great if she can provide you some things around that. Are you there, Giselle?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm ready.
Nice.
You're done, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I can start. Hi, guys. How's it going? I know it's been probably a long day of information. I'll try and not take so long, but I wanted, like, I was like listening to what you were talking about for a little bit, and I see the comments. People are kind of scared of the 2-day hackathon. So because of that, I'm going to be showing like some kind of like good things that you can do like with vibe coding. So you can kind of accelerate a little bit your code, like your process and the demo and everything. But first, I'll introduce myself. I'm G. I'm a software engineer. I work at the moment in a company called ThirdWeb. Maybe if you're new to Web3, you haven't heard of it, but it's a developer tool. So I'll be showing a little bit about it, what you can do with that. Very cool developer tool to build blockchain apps. And I work there as a solution engineer. Build like, well, I do a bit of everything, but a lot of technical stuff. And I know Celine because of hackathons, and we've been doing hackathons for a lot of years now, actually. Like we've been in this world for like many years, actually, so many years. I already been a judge at Eat Global, like, so I can give a few tips as well on that. But yeah, I will start talking today about more to do with GitHub. So most of you probably know GitHub, and like it's like the most used tool for putting your code in a cloud, collaborating, pushing into deployment and all sorts of things. So I'll be doing a bit of an overview of like GitHub in general. And then at the end, I'll show you a bit of like what ThirdWeb is and how you can use it. I'll be giving a code as well if you want to use it for a free plan for a month, which could be great for the hackathon, actually, if you want to try it out. And then also I'll give a few tips on like vibe coding so you can accelerate the process of building your app, or at least a demo for the hackathon. Because as Solin said, like demo is like the most important thing that you need to show, in my opinion, more than anything. So you guys should be focusing a lot on like building a great demo. Doesn't have to be all pretty and shiny, but it does have to be functional and it does have to have a purpose, So building a demo always involves a lot of coding. And I know a lot of you maybe are like new to development and like it's hard. And when it comes to programming, I know for sure, like I've been an engineer for like 7 years now, and it's so many things that can happen, right? So if you only have 2 days and then you're having errors, you're having to fix bugs, like that could be days, like just fixing a bug. So anyway, I'll share my screen and I'll start talking a little bit about GitHub. My presentation is not as pretty as Celine's presentation because yours was
Mine
really
was
nice.
mine was so fast too.
Yeah, mine is like super minimal, but I'll be kind of like jumping from one tab to another. So like I'll make it more like a bit interactive. And this is just more like a guide of like what I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, we all know GitHub, right? So probably if you don't have an account on GitHub, that's like the first thing you need to do. Like go to github.com and like create an account. This is like number one tool for developers. And like this is how you create your demo, you deploy it. So you can have like a public URL to share to everyone. Like you can do a bunch of things. And also collaboration is key here as well. This is like my personal one. I have another one for work as well that I use. So yeah, just go ahead and like, create an account, make sure that you kind of like explore a little bit like the tool, the menu and everything. But basically, yeah, like as I just mentioned, like GitHub is a tool for collaboration and basically it's a cloud for putting your code, right? Like we always work when we're coding, we work on our local computers, our local machines. Many people use VS Code or any other code editor. So then how do you then collaborate with people? Using GitHub, right? So this is like a great tool for that. There are other tools, but I feel like everyone uses GitHub for some reason. So that's why I'm going to be talking about that. So one of the first thing like I can show you is like, very simple. You need to create a public repository. That's how you're going to be showing your demo and your coding, and the judge at the hackathon are going to be looking at your coding. Like they want to see how your code looks, if it's good, if the functionalities make sense, if the technology that you're using makes sense, And the only way to see that it's basically sharing it publicly, right? So I'll be showing a few examples, but first, if you go to your repositories, sorry if I'm going too fast, just let me know and ask me. But if you go into the menu and you go to repositories and maybe it's empty, but you go to new, this is how you create a repo, like a public repo. So you see that the repo will have an owner, in this case, me. The owner could be a team as well, but for teams, I think you need to pay or something. And then you just need to put whatever name. Usually the name it's related to the app that you're building. So make sure the name is not so big or like so long or anything, and that it makes sense, that it's like the name of your demo. So, whatever, demo hackathon. So it should be like the name of that. Then in here, you have the option to add a description. You can add these type of things later on. So you don't need to spend too much time on this. But if you want, you can add like a one-liner, for example, of like what your demo is going to show. So let's say your demo is an NFT minting app. So you just like explain what it is in one line. That's all. Then you'll see you have the option for your repository to be private or to be public. In the case of hackathons, you always want it to be public because everyone is going to be looking at it, including the judges and your collaborators, your team, everyone. Private, it's more like if you have your own project, your personal project, and you don't want anyone to see it because like you don't want people to steal your idea, or maybe you are not ready to show people like what you're building, you can choose private in that case, and like no one is going to be able to see the repository, only you and whoever you add to that repository. But in the case of hackathons, public always. Then usually you have like a few templates here. I would say start with no template because you probably are going to be cloning other repositories as well. So depending on that, I think Solin mentioned this, like never really code from zero. That's not a thing anymore. Like never do that. It's going to be a waste of time. Just try and look for potential things that you can clone and you can start building from there. So you need to have like a base, right? I'll be showing a little bit on that as well. But the ideal is that you have a base, or where are you going to start, you know? Then you have like options of add a README, and ignore, and add a license. This is really up to you, but like definitely a README and a git ignore you'll need in your repository. README is just a file that like the first file that everyone is going to see, that you can add basic information of your app. So let me show you an example. For example, this is one of Terweb's open source repo. And this that you see here is the README. So it's kind of like a landing page in the repository. And in here, you can add like your logo. I would say have a nice README, because if I'm a judge and I'm judging your project, the first thing that I'm going to go and see, it's not the code. I'm going to go and read your README because I don't know anything about the code, right? So like I need to kind of understand, it's kind of like the way you explain to the world what is the code that you're showing, what is the demo that you're showing, how to run it, how to install it, you know? So maybe you mentioned that, Celine, before, but I README, I feel like it's like super mega important. And you can kind of see examples of good README in different places. But for example, in this case, like you'll see that we are giving instructions on what kind of features we have, really important. You need to describe a list of features that you have in your demo. How do you install your code so I can install it? I can clone your code and install it. So you can see here, what can you do? Do you need to add variables, environment variables to this to run it? So you need to kind of explain, right? So README is super important when you're creating a repository. Always add a README. You not necessarily have to add it at this stage. You can add it later on, but you can also just turn it on, and automatically when you create the repo would be added for you. And all you need to do then is just fill up the information. And then a git ignore, that's super necessary. Anyone who's obviously a developer knows that you need to be hiding certain things. But again, you don't need to add it here. If you're even cloning a repo, that already comes with a git ignore. So in this case, it's fine. And then you have like this option for licensing. This is up to you. I don't think it's important for the purpose of Hackathon. But if you continue to build that app, let's say your app, you win and is super successful, I would recommend later on add a license to it, even if it's like mid license. You can kind of read about it in Google. It's basically explain to whoever wants to use your repository like what they can use it for, you know? So it's not like they're gonna just copy your work and steal your work. So like it's important to add licenses, but for the hackathon, you don't need to worry about it. So after that, you just like go and create the repo. And you see that already because I added the README, like this is like the basic README that, you know, it's basically the name of the repository and the description, but you can then update this here. Like you don't even have to do it in code. You can just do it here in GitHub, and you can just like say like features, you know, how to install, what is my demo. So basically try and explain as much as possible, but at the same time, keep it short. Because judges don't have much time for these things. So like, it's like, you just need to kind of like screen over to understand what the code is about. So spend some time doing it 100%. My recommendation, never deliver a demo without a README. Always have a README that says a lot about the project, but just keep it short because like people don't have too much time to read. Once you like put the information, and this is something you can do basically at the end when your project is ready, when you're ready to go, you have your pitch, you have everything, you just go and spend like 5-6 minutes into adding your README, and that's it. You'll do it here, commit changes. This just means that it's gonna update it, and you just go ahead and update it. So when you go to the repo again, you have everything here, right? So you explain your app, you explain the features, you say how to install it and all that information, right? So right now, this repo is completely empty. There's no code. The only thing we have is a README. So yeah, that's basically how you create a repo. That's super, super basic, right? Another thing I wanted to show, which I feel like it's very useful for hackathons. Wait, I know I have like 1,000 tabs open as always. I wanted to show like how to clone this. So basically, I created this repo yesterday for another workshop I was giving. So let's say this is an actual minting site, and I'm just giving this as a simple example because obviously I'm not going to be building like any other type of app right now. But you see, this is just a simple app. And I know, Solim, you were mentioning this. This app doesn't have a landing page. It just goes straight to what you're actually doing. So what do you need to do? You need people to connect to your app, right? And then the next thing you need to do in this case, for my demo, I just need people to basically go and mint the NFT that I have here. That's all I need. So that's what you need to show. You don't need to show a marketing landing page. Judges are not going to be looking at that. The best thing you can do is just straight to the app and onboard people into the app. So let's say you're building something similar and you think this is good and you want to clone this repo. You have the option to clone it here. Wait, I keep moving this like, I think I cannot hide this. Oh yeah. Sorry, just like the Zoom things. Okay, so you can clone this here. And for example, I'm going to be using Cursor. I don't know if you guys know about Cursor, but like if you have the chance to use this, like use it for the hackathon. It's like amazing for vibe coding, and it will help you build your demo in matters of like, minutes. Like I would say 10 minutes or whatever, depending on how complex your app it's going to be, but definitely you can build something under an hour. So I have a paid account. I'm not sure how far you can go with a free account, but even if it's for the experience of the hackathon, I would say use it. But there are also other great tools. Like this is where I'm kind of like sharing with you, like Lovable. I don't know if any of you have seen that, but this is great for building apps as well. You can do a bunch of things. You can try it out. And then you have V0 from Vercel. Recommend 100% to use V0 as well. Any of these apps, use it because like you can build great things. Like here you can just say like build, a connect button app with per web and render an NFT. Just as an example, like it could be anything, right? Like it could be a gaming, DeFi, whatever. And it's just like so great. It will basically build the whole project for you. And then you can give instructions, like keep giving instructions if you need to change like the color, the branding to go with your brand, if you need to add your own logo and stuff like that, you can do so. And you can also be more specific. I was super vague, but you can be like, okay, I want to build with Next.js or X technology, TypeScript, whatever, yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, I need to add like a API key. But it builds like a basic thing with a connect button, and like in just a matter of like a few minutes. And then you can see the whole code here, you know, and you can kind of have an idea of like, oh, this is what I need to do to build a connect button and onboard people into my app, just as an example. But use the tools, because these tools are really, really great. And I didn't have these tools when I used to participate to hackathons. Like I don't think I never did like vibe coding in hackathons, because I haven't done a hackathon in ages. But I mean, now I use them for my work, and I feel like it's so fast, you know. So I really recommend that. But I'll go back to the cloning. So I have this repo that's my public repository. I created this like yesterday, I think. Yeah, you can see here was created yesterday. If I want to clone this, because I feel like this can help my app build faster or whatever, this is just one way of cloning, okay? Like there's many ways, but you can just grab the link, open a new window. It could be in VS Code as well. I use VS Code a lot as well. And then you just say like, I want to clone this. So I paste the URL. You choose where you want to save it. So I'll save it in my documents. And you'll see that it will say like, okay, you want to open your clone repository. And this is the whole repository I just cloned, right? So you can see all the code is here. This is what I recommend for building your demo. Don't do code from scratch, because it's just going to take you too long and it's unnecessary. So like I already have the base of the code that I want here. First thing I need to do, like in any kind of coding project, I need to install dependencies. So I'll go and say like npm install and install whatever I need to do. You know, basically you just like customize that code whatever way you want. And then I'm going to be showing how to push that. So create a pull request. That's another thing. For example, if someone wants to collaborate with me on this code, you will see that you have like issues. This doesn't really matter in a hackathon so much. This is more for like engineers working on different issues that you can kind of add to the repository. Pull requests. This is a really good one to know, but I'm not sure if in the hackathon is so necessary. But if you're collaborating, yeah, the kind of the standard is that you open a pull request, which means that you basically choose, or right now there's no code. So oh no, this is another repo actually. You open a pull request. That only means that you're going to choose a branch, like your own branch that you're creating. So in here, you see I'm in the main branch, right? So if I'm collaborating with others, the main branch, it's like the branch that no one should touch. You should always create your own branch so you don't mess with other people's code, right? So in this case, because I'm in the main branch, I want to create my own branch. Kind of good practices, always put your name first, because if you're collaborating with different people, you know who is working on that branch. This is just like something I do at work. And then you say like, okay, I'm working on the contract address, whatever you're doing for that feature, and you create a new branch, right? When I clear the terminal here, you see now I'm not longer in my main branch. I'm in like my G branch that I created. So what does this mean? It's like any change that I do to this code now.
We can see it. Yeah.
Sorry?
You
can see my. What can you see?
Like actually we see like comparing review just about anything extra, but we can see your branch.
Let me see. But could you see? Oh, I think I was just sharing one screen. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe you didn't see a bunch of things in the show. But anyway, this is cursor. This is where I clone the code, right? So what I was showing, maybe you didn't see before. It's like you just need to click clone and paste the URL from GitHub here, right? So that's what I was showing. Once you do that, it will open up the whole project in your local. And if you want to create your new branch, you just go to here, create new branch, and type the name of your branch, and then you'll see here that I'm on that branch. What that means is basically anything that I change in this code, it's my code, right? So if I want to then push this into this main branch, you have to create a pull request to do that, right? So let me see if this is connected. So you can see that this is connected to that specific repository. So let's see what I can change to show you. So components, this is my NFT minting thingy. So let me tell cursor, like, change the color from purple to blue in the whole site. So yeah, you see cursor is great because it's doing everything for me. And it's super fast. Still, you have to know about code, like don't misinterpret AI, because like if cursor can do a lot of things wrong, and I still need to kind of have a sense of what changes they're doing, like the AI is doing. So in here, obviously super easy. I go into the CSS and I see that it's changing the color. That's what I asked for. It's going into Tailwind, which is the library that I'm using for the UI components, and it's changing the colors there as well. It's going into my component and changing the color as well. So once it's finished, so now it's done, right? So I think I already installed the dependencies here. This is what you're going to be doing for building your demo, actually. If I want to run this and see the changes. Oh, actually, I think I'm missing the end file. So this is going to probably break. I need to add here my variables. So let me quickly add that. I have some here, client ID, secret key. I use this for like testing, so we'll never show your API keys. Yeah, so then I'm gonna look for a contract. This is why it's failing, because I haven't put my my EVN files. I'm gonna go into ThirWeb and look for a quick contract here to add. I mean, it could be any contract. So I'm gonna add this. Chain ID of abstract is this one. Actually, I'm gonna go into this. Where's it not opening? Okay. And then let's see an NFT here to show. I'll just put 0 here. I think this might work. Let's see. I'm gonna restart the terminal. Let's see if this works. Should work.
Please, I want to ask a question. This cursor of a thing, if you ask cursor to help you with something, after cursor will bring out everything, will you be the one typing it, or it will help you with everything, to help you do everything? Do you understand my question?
It will really help you do anything. Like you can tell, but you have to be very specific. So you have to be like telling cursor like exactly step by step what you want to do. If you want to
Okay.
build like a specific feature or something, I recommend to be as specific as possible. One kind of like trick that I do is like I go into ChatGPT and I tell ChatGPT like, hey, like I want to build this app, tell me a good prompt to tell Cursor to build the app. And then ChatGPT will like be really good at giving you instructions to give to Cursor, to then build the
Okay.
app.
Thank you so much.
Um, okay, I don't know why this is not working, this thing. Let me see if I can find a better contract. I had a good one that I was using yesterday. Oh, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna go into here. Oh no, but I can't see this. Documents. Basically, this is like live building a demo. This is what you're gonna be doing in the next 2 days. Trying to find this repo that I was using. I don't remember. So this Photoshop. Let's see. I don't mean site. It is. For some reason, this is not working. Let's see if I can find this. Oh yeah, I think I know. Let me go with this. Yeah.
If you use V0, oh, we can use V0 and we put our results in V0 into our project on GitHub or our cursor or our index. Like I'm going to use Windsor or maybe Visual Studio Code. Then we can change this landing page or link this landing app with the LLM that we have in our solution, in our IDE, right? We can use this in this way, or we need to use only V0 for the complete app.
So for V0, I think you can actually upload your own code. Is that what you mean? So if you already have code, you can upload it, or you can start from zero. But you can install LLMs as well, I believe so. If you have the LLM public URL, you can install that, in V0.
Okay.
I would say for LLMs, it's better to use Claude, which is also great for building apps. I don't know if you guys have used this, but it's kind of similar to ChatGPT. And you can upload like different files here, including like LLM files, different models, depending on
But
what
we can use Cloud in the cursor and Windsor too, no? Right?
Yeah,
So
you
we need
can
to
you
change
can
only.
combine them.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use that as well. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm trying to show you something that like I just can't find like a good contract. But I think this is actually a good opportunity for me to show you a little bit of third web, just in case like you guys want to use third web for deploying contracts and stuff, just go to thirdweb.com and log in, create an account basically there. I'm going to sign into my account. And I'm going to be giving a coupon code. I think I already put it in Telegram. So if you create an account, you can go to billing and select a plan, right? Select the growth plan, which I'm giving 1 month for free. So you can try on and follow the steps and apply the code so you can have a 1 month for free using TerWeb. But what I'm going to show right now, basically, quickly here, let me log in into my other account. I have like a million accounts here. Okay, so basically in here, you just need to create a project. First of all, wait, why I keep being signing in this account? To my Gmail. Oh, in this workshops, always the time goes fast so quickly. What was that here? Sign in. Okay, yeah, this is definitely my account. I'm going to show you how to deploy a contract quickly. So you just go to deploy contract. And in here, you can do a bunch of things. If you need like token ERC20, you can deploy ERC20 tokens. You can also deploy like ERC721 or anything that you need. I'll do an NFT collection, which is a little bit easier to show right now. And in here, I'm just choosing my account. You see many accounts just because I work at the web and I have like a million accounts, but in yours, it would be smaller. And I'm just going to use whatever, this logo, okay? So in here, testing, contract, deployment. You can do this like no code, which is great. I'll choose base Sepolia to do testnet. You can add a description here, a bunch of things, and then click next. After that, you will see that you can upload your NFT. You can create like multiple or you can create single. I'll be doing this single because it's a bit easier for the purpose of showing, creating a NFT. And then my description here, you can add attributes. So whatever thing that you want to add, you can add a price. In this case, I'm going to put 0 and you can add supply. I'll do 100, but you can do whatever. Click next. You can add sales and fees, like depending on what your app is for DeFi and stuff like that. It's kind of like always necessary. And then once you have all the info, you can go ahead and deploy. And I hope I have Basable, yeah. Otherwise, I won't be able to deploy.
You can see that Giselle is so
Oh, yeah,
big.
I do.
We are all based.
We're all Base. I love using Base for deploying things. So you can see like basically in a few minutes or even less, I'm deploying this contract already. And you don't need to code the contract. Don't do that unless you want to be a, smart contract deployer. But in here, I already deployed the contract. I can see it on Basecamp. I can see the address, the NFT that I just minted, the type of contract. So why I'm showing this, because I want to do the app that I'm trying to show and it's not working with the other contract. So I'm just going to change the contract address here. Chain for base. If you're so base, who knows the chain ID? I don't know. Base. This one. And then I believe the token is 0. Let's try this on. If it's not working, it's fine. It's just gonna happen. So let's see. It's here. Let's see. I see the chat is quite active, but I can't see the chat. Oh yeah, it's working. Yeah. Nice. So we cloned this repo, right? Now we're using the repo and I created a contract in a few minutes. And now basically this is great. I can onboard people by connecting them using a wallet or using like a whatever Web2 login. I'll connect with a wallet because I'm more Web3. And then you can mint this if I don't think I have Base Apolia in this wallet necessarily, but like if you do, you can just go and mint. Let me try because I have like Base Apolia everywhere. Or no, I don't think so because I need to pay for gas. Let's see. Oh yeah, it was minted. So then I'll go here and see the transaction. And you can see I minted this. Great. So what happens now if I wanna, I actually show you guys that I created a new repo, right? So where is that new repo I created? Here. So if you create, oh yeah, this demo hackathon. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna say cursor, I want to push this code into this repository. By the way, if you are looking for cheat codes, just Google it, cheat codes for GitHub. And you can have like a bunch of like everything that, I kind of know them by memory now because I work with that, but you can kind of look for them in Google or there's different places where you can kind of see like, okay, how I can use them. So I recommend getting a cheat code just to kind of cross-check that. So let's see if Cursor is going to help me do this. So I'm going to check here by doing git remote v. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. So you can see I already changed here, and I'm going to do a git status to check everything. So obviously this is like the full app, and then git add commit /m new minting app demo. This is like a message for your commit message, yeah. And then push origin. I don't know if this is gonna work. I feel like I'm missing a step. Or maybe not. So yeah, you can see here, this is what I wanted to show you like as the last thing I'll show. You can see here, I push my code and then it's telling me to create a pull request. So pull request, it's basically your code and the one that you're gonna be comparing with main, right? So one issue that I see here is that I should be pushing into main because main doesn't have anything. This repo main branch to push into main branch. Maybe I'm going too fast, but I hope this kind of give you an idea
I
of
think
how to
it's
build
okay.
a demo. You think it's okay? Yeah. Run. Git add. You see, it's like cursor is kind of doing the Git commands for me, which is great. You can do it on your own terminal, or you can, if you're vibe coding, the tool will do it for you.
Yeah, but sometimes like you need to really be into the right repo to
Exactly.
use this commands. Yeah.
So status, git remote, git push origin name. So you see, this is what Celine is talking about. Let's see if Cursor can help me fix this quickly. It's just doing a bunch of like rebase because the other repo was empty. And now you can see it's like resolving things, adding a README. And I think it did the push. Let's see. Yeah. So you saw a second ago, this repo was empty, and now I have the whole project here. And even Cursor helped me create like a quick README that talks about features, how to install it and everything. And now my code, it's here, which is great. I wish I had more time, but we only have like 10 more minutes. But a great thing you can do with this, if you go into Vercel and you want to basically deploy your app, once you have your repository in GitHub, you can go to Vercel and choose that repository. You can see it is here, the demo hackathon. Import. You need to add all the variables. So in my case, these are all mine. Maybe we can do this under 10 minutes, but this is all you need to do a demo. You add your values. Always make sure to add your values in Vercel, otherwise it's going to fail. Like this. Contract address. This is just a way of I'm doing it, by the way. Like there's many ways of adding this into your project, like and not necessarily have to be this way. But this is just one simple way I'm showing. And then the token ID, which is the last one, and I think it's 0. So then I click deploy. And if we're lucky, all this application or demo that we just clone from a repo and we change it completely because now it's a different thing. We can basically deploy and build a demo. You can see the output somewhere here. Usually it takes a few minutes, honestly. But yeah, let's wait a few minutes. But if you have any questions, I think in these few minutes, I can answer some of the questions. But just to kind of summarize, like you're going to have to use GitHub. So just go and create a repo, clone other repos like I just did. If you're having any issues, like, and you can't use Cursor like I did, use ChatGPT, and like ask, like, how can I clone this repo? And it will give you all the instructions and the commands that you need to use in the terminal, which is really, really helpful. Then anyone can clone. You can basically add collaborators. well, I have like a two-step verification, so I won't add it now, but you can go into settings and add collaborators, for your teammates. You are going to see your different branches here. So if everyone is working in the code and you have different branches, what I would say the most important for the sake of the hackathon is have a really good README that is short and explains your app. Organize your code in a good way. And let's see how this is doing. This is doing good. And then, yeah, it's that easy. Just kind of go and explore different GitHubs. TerWeb has a few. If you want to go into TerWeb examples, we have a bunch of examples here for building your app. So if you just like choose one and clone it, like the way I did, you can clone that and, build your, or like customize it, whatever you need to do. But you can just have the base of that code and you don't need to build like the code from scratch. So as I said, like TerWeb has a bunch of examples, but like you can go and look for like good examples of different apps that people have built. And look, I did the deployment, so everything went fine. Now I can go into my deployment and here's my demo. Here's my app that I just built. And I have like a public URL. This is really important. This I can share with everyone. Anyone can go and mint that. So I'm going to be sharing in here actually. So anyone can go connect your wallet and mint this cute NFT. So that's kind of like how easy you can do things, but you need to obviously know and just like rely on AI a lot, do a lot of vibe coding, use the tools that are available, use Lovable, use V0, maybe try a few and see which one you think it works best. If you have the chance to use Cursor, use Cursor. You can see how useful it is. It will be great for building a demo. And yeah, I recommend like go and open an account with TerWeb. You just go to terweb.com and create an account. Use the code that I gave in Telegram to have 1 month for free. And you can basically deploy any type of contract there. Any type of contract. We have a bunch of contracts there. You can just go and deploy them in the UI and it's super easy. I did it in a few minutes. Go and read our documentation so you can kind of have an idea of how you can onboard users into your app. And the last thing I share is like go into our playground. Playground is great. This is basically all the products that we have live and you can test. For example, the onboarding, you can test and then you can see the code, the actual component, and every type of thing that we have at TerWeb, you can explore and see here. Well, yeah, I think that's it for GitHub. You all are obviously going to be using GitHub, so a great combination for demo is just as I show you today, live. Go clone a repo, create your own repository, and then go to Vercel and deploy your demo. So judges are going to be super happy to have a public URL where they can go to your app, try it on, connect their wallets, do whatever transactions they need to do. This is the best demo you can do for a hackathon. So yeah, I'll open up for questions and stop sharing my screen now. And I hope this was helpful. In the channel, in the Dev3Pack channel, I share the code there. But I can share it in this chat as well. Let me look for it. This is the code. That's the code. So if you want to create a TerWeb account, that's 1 month of growth for free. Growth actually costs $99 at the moment. So that's a great rating to have for deploying contracts, ERC20s, everything. And Yeah, I'm in the DevTree Pack Telegram. So if you guys have any questions or anything I can help with, just like tag me on the actual channel and everything. I'll try and answer any questions, anything, mentoring, whatever you guys need. And I wish you all a lot of luck.
Mirella, you have a question.
Yes, I have a question about finding templates and code on GitHub to clone. How do you recommend trying to find good ones? Like, how do we know which code is good to copy from?
By
That's a
knowing
good
that
question.
actually for the Aleph Hackathon, they are focused on Lisk. So just to let you know.
Okay, focus on Lisk. So yeah, so you will have to go and find like maybe Lisk have in their documentation some good open source repos. So I would say use them. They probably have like a starter repo,
Careful
different
Lisk.
type of yeah, exactly. So you use those because they are very reliable. Because it's true. You might find like weird code and you don't want to be cloning that. So if it's for Lisk, then use the official ones. I'm sure they have some good ones that you can use for starting.
Thank you.
Cool. Any other last question?
Yeah, I have a question. Okay. I want to know the difference between main and master because you've been talking about main on GitHub. Is it the same thing with master? The way all main do on GitHub, is it the same thing with master?
Yeah, that's a good question. I believe it's the same thing, right, Solin? Like, I mean, I think it's the same thing. I think master and main are the same. I think at some point it used to be called master, and then like the standard became main, and now it's main. But I believe it's the same thing, actually. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's the same.
Okay, thank you so much.
By the way, for the anecdotes, when I start DevTrack, the first people that I met about like talking about it was Giselle.
That's true.
January, yeah.
That's true. I remember one time we did like a gray hackathon like a few years ago, and Solene, you won the first prize. That was like pretty good. I was proud of you. Remember in Barcelona?
Yeah, I remember, yeah, finalist. Grace. But yeah, like you mentioned, um, uh, like when I talk about it on January, you told me like Kinda, go for it. I will follow you, whatever you are doing. Yeah, so thanks for your support.
No worries. Yeah, I mean, I always love helping people, especially new people into hackathons. Like it's a great experience. Try and not be so stressed. Just like enjoy it, learn, do your best. I know you're not gonna sleep too much. But do your best. Try and do like I'm saying, like use the tricks that me and Selena are like sharing. Use AI, everything that you can to like help you build a good demo, and try and simplify things. Don't overcomplicate it because then you're gonna be very stressed.
Yeah,
Don't overcomplicate things.
totally. And the fact that we don't have too much time to judge, like be straightforward, really.
Yeah, straightforward. You can show like a good functionality, like even one or two, and then you can always, explain in your README, for example. A README is a very important thing. You can explain there like my next steps for this app is blah 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 blah. Many people do that. So you're going to show a small demo, but then you can also show to judges that you have an ambition to keep growing this project. So you can say like, my next steps is that I want to add this feature, but I don't have time to add it. Judges know that you don't have much time. So just focus on one or two functionalities that actually work. And that's great. That's great. Then the potential of the demo, the whole project, that's what's going to be a winner for you.
All right. Thanks a lot for everything then.
Yeah.
Great.
So thank you so much, Soline, for inviting me. Anytime. I wanted to do one in Spanish, so if still some people there, I think there's no more time because the hackathon starts tomorrow, right?
Today.
Oh, today? Okay, well, good luck and have a nice, fun weekend. I'm sure you will do great. But yeah, if anyone, needs any help, I'll, tag me on the Telegram, on the Dev3 Pack Telegram. I'll be around whenever I can answer a question or something, let me know. And I wish you all very good luck and have fun, There's many hackathons, so if this is your first one, just have fun. You can join other ones through the year.
Sure. Next one will be Is Global, so.
Exactly. That's a good one. It's global.
All
Great,
right.
guys.
Well, thanks a lot, everyone. Hope you will be ready, and feel free to send me any message. All right? All good? Okay. So keep building. Bye-bye.